Hello and happy day 3 of our 30 Days of Kindness Challenge. I pray you are all having an amazing day, a day filled with lots of love, lots of joy, lots of peace and patience. As we begin day 3, my prayer for you is that you have been receiving teachings that have been pushing you and tapping into areas that have been dormant. My goal through this challenge is to be able to tap into each place in your lives that's going to help you reap the harvest, and it's going to help you receive the favor of everything that you do and you put out. And by doing so, we're going to be very intentional and we're going to be consistent. This is why I did a 30-day challenge. It could have been a 7-day challenge, a 3-day challenge, but I really truly wanted to establish the foundations and the practical teachings to build that foundation to continue the work, because our lives should always revolve around feeling joyful, feeling peaceful, feeling understanding what it means to really be patient and calm, right? Being patient in waiting in seasons of trials and challenges, and being patient by waiting and knowing that the breakthrough is coming. And I think that one of the most important things that has helped me in my journey and in my walk in life to really have that growth mindset, to really push through barriers, to really pull down belief systems that had been hindering me from fully being present for myself, being present for my family, being present for my coworkers, my friends, family, and the people that are around me, or even being fully present at the grocery store and wherever it may be, is this being kind and understanding what it truly means to be kind to myself, what it means to be kind to others. And when we discover and we tap into that and we break old barriers, we break old mindsets, and we pull them out and just fully surrender to this process of what it truly means to be kind and reaping what we reaping what it is that we put out to others and out in the atmosphere in our environment. So I pray that this has been very helpful, that this has really allowed you to see things and identify things that have been hindering you and holding you back. And for today, our teaching is I'm going to teach into something a little more, how can I say, like, I'm going to teach you based on the scripture. I'm going to use this scripture to help you identify what is an enemy, okay? Because an enemy can be anything in the 5 pillars. This is why I'm focusing on the 5 pillars, because it's about being intentional in each of these 5 pillars of our lives. So we're going to be intentional in being kind to our physical body, our health, what we choose to eat, in our relationships, our relationship with ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, in our relationship with others. And we're also going to be very intentional and kinder to our will, our mind, our mindset, and our emotions. And we're going to be kinder to our finances. And we're going to be kinder to our spirit, and really taking the time to feed our spirit kinder thoughts, kinder words, right? So this is why I'm taking this time to help you. Now we're going to shift into this Luke 6:35, which says, "But love your enemies and do good and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great. And you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the ungrateful and the evil." And I want to make sure, let's identify what is an enemy. An enemy is anything that is taking away your peace. An enemy is anything, it could be a rooted belief system, it could be habits. An enemy can be decisions and comfort zones. Any enemy can be deciding to stay in bed rather than waking up 30 minutes early to work out. An enemy can be like, we can make decisions that can transform us into being our own enemies. So this is why I really want you to understand what is an enemy and identify the enemies in each of the 5 pillars. What is the enemy that is stopping you from fully being present and kinder to your relationships? What is the enemy that is stopping you from allowing the will of God, right, for your life? Because the will of God, let's establish that He wants us to walk in joy. He wants us to walk in peace. He wants us to walk in love. He wants us to walk in kindness and gentleness, having self-control in every aspect of our lives. He wants us to be have goodness, be humble, obedient to Him and only Him, not people pleasing. He wants us to be patient. So just think of the 9 fruits of the Spirit in our physical body, like being kinder to what we say about our body, not identifying what we don't like about ourselves, not focusing on the things that we do not like, or comparing our body to anybody else's body, or what we see on social media or what we see on the media. No, knowing that we are fearfully and wonderfully made to the image of our Creator. Like God, when He created you, when He wove you in your mother's womb before the foundations of the earth, He gave you those 2 eyes. He gave you your nose, your lips, your mouth, your ears, your hair, your body, your height, your weight. He decided this was perfect. He created you to His image. So knowing that, and then that's where it comes to us being kinder to our bodies. What are we putting into our bodies? What are we eating? Are we being kinder in our decisions when it comes to the lifestyle, the diets, the choices that we make when we are eating and working out? Are we eating properly? Do we have a balanced diet? Or are we starving our bodies and depriving them from what we crave? Right? There's got to be a balance, and working out. If we're putting in more calories than we are to actually exercising, then what's going to happen to our body? See, this is what I want us to really understand when it means to be what it means to be kind. When we're kinder to our bodies, when we're kinder to our mindset and our emotions, and we're kinder in our relationships to others and ourselves, and in our finances, making wise decisions, budgeting, and having self-control, right? Knowing when to say no, being adults, paying the bill early, paying the bills before the due date, paying the bills on time, like setting those small goals, that's being kinder to your finances. And then in our spirit, are we taking the time to feed our spirit? Are we taking the time to really fill us up with the word and the will of God for our lives, to truly walk in joy, to truly walk in kindness, to truly walk in peace? This is the foundations for us to be able to reap everything that we are sowing. When there's confusion, then confusion is going to come back. When there is any cruel thoughts or any cruel action or any cruel words that come out of our mouth, that's going to be returned back to ourselves as well. When we make splurge, and we go and we splurge, right, in our finances and buy and purchase something instantly for instant gratification, we're going to be reaping that, because then something is not balanced in our checkbooks. When we allow what other people are doing to us come and take away from our peace, then that's when we create strife. That's when we create conflict, and we're going to be reaping the consequences of that. So this is really, really important for you to identify. An enemy is not always another person. An enemy is old ways of thinking that harm us. It's actions that harm us. It's habits that harm us. And yes, there's going to be people who will be testing us as well. But remember, it's not personal. What we do to others, what we say to others, or what we don't and we withhold, right, is what we are. It's not personal. It's not towards you. It's not to attack you. It's actually because of what they're feeling inside themselves. Just as much as you're going to be reaping what you are sowing, the kinder you are to every one of your pillars, you will be receiving favor in those areas. The same thing for the people who may be challenging you or testing you. It is just a reflection of what it is they're experiencing, what it is internally they feel. So don't ever allow, keep that in mind. If there's one thing from today's teaching, is to keep that in mind. Never allow what other people do, say, or withhold from you to be taken in personally as an attack towards you. Whether it is or it isn't, we will reap what we sow. They will receive their benefits of what they are doing. So let's learn to forgive. Let's learn to release people, and let's learn to walk in forgiveness and being kinder, right? Because when we are kinder to ourselves, we are forgiving and walking in true freedom of letting them have this bondage on us, right? Letting their actions or their words hurt us. It is a choice that we make. It is our choice to allow the people to come into our minds and our thoughts and our heart and plant the seeds of conflict, of anger, bitterness, whatever it may be. So I want to encourage you on today to please make sure that you identify what are the enemies. What is our way of thinking? What are we saying? Because we have to make sure that we establish the right mindset, because at first it comes as a thought, then it becomes words, and then it becomes actions. And remember, our words are out in the atmosphere and they shape our environment. By the end of these 30 days, I want you to understand that the moment that you walk into a room, kindness is going to show up. Okay, so everything that we are doing is building up and building up. And I really want you to take the time to sit down and spend 5 to 15 minutes. Let's continue to add a minute every day, 5 to 15 minutes, and journaling today. What does kindness mean to you? I want you to identify what is kindness. That's your assignment for today. So, what is kindness? Envision it. I want you to see it. I want you to close your eyes. You know, the imagination that we have, we were given that imagination to be able to see where it is we want to go. So, I want you to envision it, see it, play it like a movie in your mind. Close your eyes. And then, how does being kind to yourself and others sound? Okay, so what words are you going to say? Because we're going to start declaring this. We're going to start speaking this. Because what we hear is what goes into our hearts and in our minds. So, again, the assignment for today is to write down what is kindness, define it. How does being kind look to you? And then I want you to envision it, to see it, and use your imagination to see you being kind. Right? Whether it's you seeing you and your coworkers having an argument, or it's you and your spouse having an argument, what are you going to do to ascend above that argument? What are you going to do to bring peace into the conflict? What are you going to do? Right? To be the peace, to be the one who establishes the foundations for to not allow conflict to rise, and make the people whom you are in an argument with or a conflict with to rise up to your level of peace. Okay, because when emotions are high, that's when things are said that make us be regretful, make us feel shame, and we're avoiding that. So I want you to start thinking about that next time you have a conflict. What are you going to do to remain at peace, to be unshakable? That's why we have to define kindness, because we're going to be kind to ourselves. This is us showing kindness to ourselves at a time of conflict, and it's showing kindness to others around us, whomever it may be, whether it's the cashier at the grocery store. Okay, so please take the time to do this assignment. I want to thank you, and also reach out I'm here to help you. What has been working? What hasn't been working? What is it that you struggle with? So I can address that. And please know that I am praying for all of you. Everything that is going forth has been built through prayer. So trust in the process. It's going to take the 30 days. I can tell you right now, it's going to take the 30 days for everything, for the breakthrough. And you were all just going to have an aha moment. And some of us, it may not even be at day 30, but the days to come, you're going to see it. I can guarantee you that if you are following along and if you're being intentional and if you're being consistent and you're actually committed to this challenge where you're not giving up and you're not throwing in the towel, and on the days where you feel like, okay, it's too much, you're done, but you get right back up and you're like, okay, I'm ready. I took a moment, I took a nap, I read a book, I took a shower, I did my nails, whatever it is to get you back on track to being at peace and calm, do it and get right back to it. All right. No, I'm rooting for you. I'm holding you accountable. I love you so much. And I thank you for being on this journey with me. I thank you that together we are going to be world changers because we are changing the way we think. And we're not just only going to be changing ourselves to being kind to ourselves and others, we're actually going to be impacting the people who surround us. Right. But you can't give up and you can't give in and you can't throw in the towel. Wait it out. 30 days. 30 days of being kind, being intentional by being intentional and consistent and not giving up. Be committed, committed to you. Okay, you deserve this. We all deserve this. Your children, the people around you, your coworkers, your partners, your spouses, whomever you have surrounding you, your family and friends. Do it. Let's do this. Have a beautiful day. I love you all, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.